Hey everybody, welcome out for another episode of Cult Classics vs. Comedians. My name is Jamie Maxfield and we're recording here at Night Flight Comics here in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I am joined by these four other beautiful, wonderful, lovely people that are here today to talk about one of their favorite movies. I think this is all of them have. It was unanimous.
You tricked us.
This
you tricked
was
us into nodding our heads.
This was their favorite movie. We did have a submission by Melissa Merlot, but unfortunately she wasn't able to make it. So this is her actually giving the synopsis of her film Forbidden Zone.
I'm so sorry. I was really looking forward to reviewing the film. What was it? Forbidden Zone. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. Oh, it's so good. It's got Duplain, that little Duplain guy, and Danny Elfman as the devil. You can't go wrong with that. It's an Oingo Boingo film, so the music's amazing. But I hope you guys really enjoyed the show. I'm so sorry I can't make it. Oh, jeez. It seems like I just never have time for myself anymore, you know? Oh, life just gets so overwhelming. Anyway, I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say about it, so... Forbidden Zone.
This is kind of, I think this is a tough one to give a synopsis for because there is no real beginning, middle, and
it
doesn't make sense.
No one makes it out of there, do they?
No, I think they all die. Everyone dies. They explode at the end. Spoiler alert.
Oh, I thought
it just explodes and then credits.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like a boom.
So you're left with assuming.
I
But
feel
it's
like,
the
though,
Forbidden Zone.
if someone survived that explosion, that wouldn't be the most shocking thing to happen in this film. So
No.
Yeah.
we assume, but no one really knows.
This
They
film
could
was-
still be out there.
This film was straight up left up.
Gavin, what did you think about this film?
Well, this is the kind of movie where it feels like your friend who's in college and is going through theater classes comes to you one day and says, "Hey, dude, me and the rest of our course, we got this one play that we're doing, totally experimental.
Yes.
It's on for 4 days only at the local rec theater. We'd like you to come out and see it. I got you a free ticket." And you're like, "Well, it's my buddy. I'm going to go see it."
Mhm.
And then you get there and you're like, "What the hell am I watching?"
Right.
Like,
Why
you
does
don't-
my friend like to rape so much?
Yes.
Like, you don't know quite what to make of it. It's not, you wouldn't classify it as terrible, but it ain't good. You know, it's just there.
You
Yeah.
could classify
could.
it.
You
could say terrible.
You could.
If you want to say
You
terrible
twisted
later,
my arm.
the thing that sold it a little bit for me was the fact that it's really the first introduction you have of Oingo Boingo, which to me as a music fan and critic, it's one of those bands that a newer generation that listen to music have no idea about, but they were like one of the hottest bands in the 80s when you think, you know, Weird Science, Dead Man's Party, Just Another Day. There's like numerous songs that we can name, but it's that like the essence
But
of
before
Danny
they were
Elfman.
great, they made Forbidden Zone.
Well, this is the story that people don't know about this band is they got their start making soundtracks for B movies, and then finally they got their name out there so much they were just like, screw it, let's just make our band. And
Andrew,
I don't know.
what did you think about this?
You know, I went into it. I love Danny Elfman, obviously, so it was kind of like cool. And then I was like very disappointed right away.
Like during the credits when they have a topless
I
girl
was like, this
in the
font is
credits.
shit.
I'm like,
all right.
whoa, hey. I
don't mind. Like, nudity's not terrible, but
But in the credits, like they're giving
like
her
gratuitous.
credits. It's
it
like,
was just like it
It's
didn't
ran-
have meaning.
it's very random and serves no purpose to any end other than it's there.
And there was just hilarious because I know Melissa. Sorry, Melissa. I know you wanted us to watch this film, and then I heard that Eileen was going to watch this, and I was like, oh, I feel bad. Because there's literally, like, it's littered with rape, constant,
So
like,
much
pantomime
rape.
rape, like, all the
a lot
time.
of dry humping.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're standing in an
And I
alleyway...
didn't ask for any of it.
No, you didn't want that.
No.
No.
Like the movie was
Yeah.
like
There's just, it's
unwanted.
just, if you're standing there and you're faced in a certain way, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
You're going to get it.
Yeah.
So, because...
By an old man who's in a
One
Boy Scout
lady just
uniform.
gets turned.
Yeah,
He's like,
if you're not in the right position, he'll just turn you.
For me, this was probably the weirdest porn I've ever watched. Like, it was so bizarre. Like,
I mean, it's up there.
It's definitely.
You're like, I've watched some hentai.
I mean, I've watched some,
but
I've watched some
nothing
weird
compares
stuff,
to this.
but nothing compares to this. It's so random, and like the set design obviously was just something they found at like a craft store. They had $50, went down to a craft store and started painting up the set inside there. And the teacher was, for me, the most disturbing character in this whole movie. Yeah, and it was clearly a guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil alert. It was
Spoiler alert.
with big forearms and the longest neck I've ever seen on a person in my life.
The problem I'm having with this, Jamie, is normally I'm okay with you saying this was the most disturbing part, but out of this movie, that was the most disturbing part. There's a lot of stuff in this movie that I think if you're okay with.
Well, okay.
That's
the thing that's stuck in my head the most.
You go to the sixth dimension by being swallowed, digested, and shat out.
Yeah, it's like, and they have like
brown pillows.
They're brown pillows. Oh my gosh,
and
the sounds in this drove me insane.
Oh. It's like they calculated everything in here to just get underneath my skin.
Yeah. It's like the princesses with the constant nipples.
Yeah, everywhere. And the
they
granny
just don't
panties.
quit.
No, and the granny panties.
Nipples that don't quit in the granny panties.
Yeah, she's running around in granny panties the whole time with no top on. You'll have to admit something. I did take a picture and put on Pinterest the sweet-ass chandelier they had, just so all the ladies out there can see the chandelier, the human man that just hung there above the dinner table with the candles.
Okay, that part was good. That one part I loved about that is when he had to flip over.
He flips all the way over
to the other side.
Yeah. And then they go back a couple scenes later, and he's just a skeleton.
Yes, he's a skeleton.
The Reverend said he's just been there forever. I'm like, where? I didn't see that at Home Depot when I went to buy lights.
I feel like you are obviously high when you watch these. I don't know.
You have to be.
Because whenever I hear your commentary, you're always talking about stuff that nobody else pays attention to.
I always get stuck on the small
For
things.
an appreciation side, it does feel like it's an art house film. Like
if
if all of us were living 3 decades earlier, this is something we would have seen at the Tower, next to a racer head.
Right.
I feel like that's the only way you should see this movie. Because if someone walks in on you watching this movie,
you've got some explaining to do.
I was fortunately freed from the burden of watching this film, so I have no idea.
Well,
it sounds like a great film that you're probably going to go watch.
Yeah, I'll put that on my list.
Yes.
Well, did you know none of the actors, only one actor actually got paid for this film. Everyone else donated their earnings back to the production.
Oh.
So they were all into it.
They donated their $2.50.
Flash, the grandpa son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he was a very old man playing a very young boy.
He's like, this is my last shot at making a check in movies.
He was paid?
He did not donate his
money
earnings
back.
He's if people are going to see me in this, I want to keep my $50.
Somebody's got to pay for this Boy Scout uniform I just bought, right? He's cruising around.
Covers the costuming.
Which, again, here's one of those random things that I'm like, no, that is
Here
not.
we go, Jamie.
Okay, because he had his wolf badge on his shoulder. God. That is not where you put the wolf badge.
Again, this is what you're worried about, all right? In the sixth dimension.
Maybe this is just the little parts that his brain has allowed him to hold on to.
He blocks out
everything
else.
He's trying not to look at the top.
To me, this movie was just a movie of a little Boy Scout who couldn't wear pants. That's what this movie was about. So, Gavin, is this a movie that you would recommend or what?
No.
No?
It's fine to go see where Oingo Boingo got its origins from.
Yeah.
Beyond that, there's nothing here for me.
Yeah.
It's great that I had this weird lucid dream that I wasn't high during, but beyond that, no.
Yeah. Erin, you were
freed.
She was spared.
Mercilessly. You were spared.
I was spared.
Apologies to Melissa Merlot, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, Melissa.
So, Erin, we're gonna go to you for your recommendation. This was your.
Eileen?
Oh, jeez, Eileen.
Yeah, I got it down.
Sorry.
We just went to Erin. Now I'm going to Eileen.
It's easy.
I'm so confused.
Sorry.
Okay.
The movie has
this
got
was my
me.
recommendation.
She recommends. All right.
I know that.
Andrew, how about yours?
No,
I'm sorry.
I cannot be on camera saying that. I know Melissa probably sees things in this movie that I missed, but I'm gonna say no, not a family film. For me, it has all the comedy of flies on a rotting corpse. So I would say
which would be an
probably
awesome
save
rock
it.
and roll name, by the way.
Flies on a rotting corpse. But
I want you to say that again. Flies on a rotting corpse.
Yeah, give it a little bit more.
That makes a great emo album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So you're saying no. No.
I pass.
We got 2 no's.
Pass.
Andrew, this is up to you to bring us to a yes.
I can't.
Melissa.
I can't.
In
And I'm
honor
sorry,
of
Melissa. And I agree. Maybe Melissa sees something in this that we don't. Maybe there's something that we missed that I just couldn't get through it. It wasn't for me. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
For me, this is not a recommendation on any level at all. Even if you love Oingo Boingo, just read something that says that this is how they made this movie.
Yeah.
But don't watch it. It's awful from beginning to end. The movie is just
So total across the board, it's a half recommendation.
I think So hopefully, Melissa, when you come back on, you can maybe give us rebuttal our opinions.
We want your rebuttal.
Yeah, we dare you.
We want
at
to
this
know
point.
what the hell you were thinking.
Tell us why we're all wrong, Melissa.
So I think as a board of trustees up here, we say no to this film. Andrew, where can people follow you?
No!
No to this movie.
ToySoupComedy.com. Facebook. Just go there.
Just go there.
And Super Ginger Boy on Instagram, which is mostly my kid, but he's cute as shit, so check it out.
Oh, sweet. Eileen?
Eileen is a jerk on Twitter, and Eileen Dobbins on Facebook.
Erin?
All of my handles are too hard to deliver.
You need to
So,
simplify.
if you follow Eileen, I am very easy to find.
It's true.
Gavin?
cityweekly.net/underground to find my blog and other articles that I write, and the Gavin Sheehan on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Awesome. And then, of course, you can find me on Twitter at Jamie Maxfield. Don't forget to follow Cult Classics versus Comedians. Also, you can follow our Channel 801, which is a monthly film showcase that Ben Fuller and I produce. And then we also produce a podcast, comedy writing podcast called Where's the Punch? And we want to thank Night Flight Comics again for allowing us to record here today in their lovely store. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Yay!